Hello, this is Jessica McKay. I'm an intuitive counselor and spiritual teacher at jessicamckay.com. Thank you so much for watching this video on numerologist.com. This video is for you if you've been looking for love and you find that you consistently attract the wrong partners. And by wrong partners, I'm talking about anyone who doesn't totally support who you are. So if they're critical of you, judgmental, abusive in any way, or if they set conditions for how you have to show up in order to earn their love, that is what I'm calling the wrong partner for you. So one of the most common questions I receive is, why do I always attract the wrong partner? And the reason that this happens comes from what happened to you when you were growing up. And all of us, to a certain degree, when we're growing up, have an experience where we are rejected by the people that are raising us. It might be subtle, it might be very direct, but at some point as a child, you expressed some part of yourself. Maybe you were expressing a feeling or an emotion, and the people around you, the people that were supposed to love you unconditionally, said, that emotion or that feeling, whatever it was you were expressing, is not acceptable to us. So leave our presence, go to your room, and don't come out until you can be who we want you to be. And then you can receive our love. So it's very subtle, and it's not said in that particular way. It might be something like, nobody wants to hear you cry. There's some part of you that got rejected. So here you were showing up, being yourself, and that was all of a sudden not okay with the people who were taking care of you. So as a child, that is very, very stressful. And we carry that fear of rejection into our adult relationships with us. So if you were rejected as a child, and we all are, you're going to go into your adult relationships having a fear that if you show up and if you are who you are, you're going to be rejected. So what happens? You attract to you people who are critical so that you can earn their love. And that's something you learned to do as a child. You learned what the people around you wanted, and you learned how to jump through hoops in order to give that to them so that you could be worthy, so you could be accepted. So this is a habit and a pattern that gets established when we're children. And as adults, we have no idea that it's even running in the background. So you may find that you're only attracted to people who you have to jump through hoops for and get it right for. And the people who love you unconditionally, you don't even notice those people. Or you see them, but you're not attracted to them for some reason. And that's because the inner child in you, that child self, is still operating under the surface. And that self wants redemption. It wants to finally get it right. And the only way that that child self can finally get it right is by having someone who doesn't love them unconditionally suddenly approve of you. So it's like trying over and over again to get this approval that never comes. And so we feel much more comfortable with people who judge us or who don't really support us because we have to prove to them that we're good enough. And you're so used to that from childhood. So how do you fix this? Well, you fix it by developing a relationship with yourself, a new relationship that is loving. When you love that person that you are, and you don't judge yourself the way you were judged. So when you can move beyond that and start to see yourself with compassion, instead of, oh gosh, why am I so stupid? Why do I keep doing this or that? Or whatever it is that your inner judge says on a regular basis. If you can get beyond that voice, if you can first of all learn to recognize that voice when it's talking to you and realize that it's not telling you the truth about yourself. The truth about you is that you have always been and will always be perfect exactly the way you are. And you deserve a love, you deserve a relationship that acknowledges that perfection. Someone who loves you no matter what. If you're having a bad day, if you're in a bad mood, if you're sick, if you don't feel well, if you're not having a good hair day or whatever, you deserve to have that partner who loves you no matter what. And the way that you can attract that to yourself is by loving yourself no matter what in that same way. If you can bring unconditional love to yourself that you never received, then your whole vibration will shift and you'll be able to go out in the world and attract people to you that love you the way you love yourself. So as long as you think that you're flawed, as long as you judge yourself, as long as you think that you're not good enough, you'll attract people that also think that you're not good enough and that hold conditions for you to meet in a relationship. So it's not always easy to find freedom from these childhood patterns that got established, but it is possible and you can do it. So I have a lot of faith in you. If you would like more information about how to love yourself, there are so many resources out there. Come to my website, check it out. I'm here for you. Thank you so much for watching.